Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorelei and you're watching the Handmade by Lorelei podcast. I am filming a knitting vlog for today's episode. This is my channel where I share all kinds of things, including fountain pen stuff. I'm a collector, but I have other hobbies such as knitting. And so in today's episode, I'm going to go over some of my recent knitting projects. This is episode number 86. Today is Monday, September 30th. The last time I filmed an episode was August 14th, so it has been a little while. I would have been here sooner if it didn't take me so long to knit one of my current finished objects. That's right. I have two finished objects for today's episode, so that's exciting. I'm also going to talk about Rhinebeck. I'm also going to talk about an upcoming knit along that I'm participating in, not hosting. I'm also going to talk about my recent vacation and show you the haul from that. So let's go ahead and get started right away so that this isn't a super long episode. I tried filming the intro a minute ago and started getting text messages from my sister. So I've restarted. So I don't know, hopefully I didn't forget to say anything. But anyway, I showed you one of these the last time I was here, but now I have two. And I finished the second sock, I believe, within a few days of finishing or putting up that last episode. So these have been done for a while and they've been sitting on the sock blockers because I didn't want to wear them until I showed them on the podcast. So these are the Over Easy socks. I think in my last episode I called them the Easy Peasy socks. That's not correct. And the designer is Holly Yo. I used two different yarns. The top is Nomadic Yarns in a self-striping pattern that are called Mischief Managed, which is, I think, part of her Harry Potter themed yarn. And the dark orange is unfortunately unidentified. I don't know what it is. It was something I found in my stash. But these are so fun to knit, and I highly recommend you knit a pair. In fact, if you're interested, I will leave a link down in the description box below to the knit along that is happening with these socks from Holly Yo. So you can knit a pair and be included in some, I think, she calls them video calls, but I'm sure it's something like a...
What is that called when you have when you do a video, like a chat room? Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's called a Zoom call. My brain is broken. Okay, Zoom call. You can, and I think there are tutorials and things of that nature involved in the knit along, so I'd highly recommend you knit a pair of these. What's cool about these is they're completely knit flat. Yes, they're not knit in the round. And they have a nice little short row heel, which fits great. I even did, and the toe is really nice as well because it's knit flat. It's completely seamless. There's no funky Kitchenering. So yeah, these are so much fun. And I definitely think I want to knit another pair. And I have some other sock yarn I'm going to show you in a little while. So first finished object, Holly O's over easy socks. The second thing that I have finished is my shawl that I was working on the last time I was with you guys. I finished the Kolorblok shawl. Oops, sorry, the sun. I started at this end and worked my way across. These are mini skeins, most of which are from Gina of Skein Cocaine. And it's a Donegal tweed fingering weight yarn. And the color placement was inspired by a shawl that she had done with the mini skeins. However, when I got to the green part, I didn't want it to be so green, so I found another mini skein set in my stash from Little Lion Handmade, and I pulled out this chartreuse one and decided to throw that in there just to break up all those greens. And I love how that turned out. It's a completely garter stitch shawl. It took me 2 months to finish it. And then the cream colored stripes is a DK weight tweed yarn that I had in stash that didn't have a label. So I don't actually know what that is. When I got to the end stripe, which was yesterday, I talked to my friend Sid on the phone, and we were video chatting, and I asked her what she thought I should do. The pattern calls for you to cast on or get through the green stripe and then add in the white again, and the bind off was in white or in the stripe color. CC? I don't know. Contrast color? I don't know. But I decided to do black because I didn't want so much contrast between this dark green color and the white of the stripe. I didn't want to end on the white. I don't know why, but I really like how this turned out instead with the black because it blends a little bit better, I think. It's not so noticeable. I did get a little bit confused in here when I was working across the rows because at that point, I had not count my stitches. And they do give you in the pattern, I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you the pattern name. This is Kolorblok by Justina Lorkowska, sorry. And Justina includes in the pattern stitch counts at the end of every stripe, thick stripe. So I started paying attention to that number around here. Well, I guess I was knitting this way, so it was more like here, around here. I started counting and I was like, oh, wait a minute. So then what I would do is to get it back to closer numbers, I sometimes didn't move the stitch marker because you're supposed to do a decrease along this area and move the stitch marker one. And sometimes I didn't do that. But you know what? It worked out perfectly. I mean, perfectly. So I don't know how that happened because I was definitely off numbers wise. But a true success. But I am very glad this is done because obviously it took a long time and it was very boring garter stitch. which if you know me at all, you know that I don't really love garter stitch. It's just too boring. I don't know. I'd rather do like lace or brioche or something else. So this is it. Finished object. I'll try it on. In hindsight, this is something I've been thinking about. In hindsight, if I was to do this again, I would start with this color on this end and end these thinner stripes with the reds and pinks, because then this would be more reds and pinks. I mean, I like green, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I would have liked it better if the red and pink were more prominent in the front. But anyway, this will be super warm in the winter. This yarn is very comfortable and soft. It's very cute. Can also wear it. I did wet block it, and I was glad that it grew a little, because otherwise it would have been really small, I think. So I did kind of aggressively pin wet block it. It dried so fast. I was so happy. So I've pretty much finished it yesterday afternoon, blocked it, and was able to show pictures online of it finished by 7 o'clock last night. So that's pretty good, I think. So that's my finished object number 2. It's a little warm, so I'm not gonna keep it on. Okay, let's see what's else on my list of things to discuss. I don't currently have anything I'm working on whips-wise, because the next thing I want to talk to you about is the Westknits Mystery Knit Along. That is starting this Thursday. That's right. The first clue drops Thursday. So I decided I was going to participate a couple weeks ago. I did go online and look at yarn because I don't have what I need in stash. What you need for the shawl is 200 grams each of 2 different colors. So that is 2 skeins of each color. I like that it's a 2-color shawl. That'll be fun. You need contrasting colors. So I ended up, and it's fingering weight yarn, by the way, and it can be any kind of fingering weight. And there are also opportunities to add fun color pops and mohair bits as well, but I won't be adding any mohair to mine. I don't really like mohair. I don't really like knitting with it, or I don't like the feeling of it around my neck, and since it's a shawl, I'm gonna forego the mohair. It does require 2 skeins, 2 colors, a contrasting duo. So that could be a speckle and just a solid, or you could do variegated, but that's gonna probably be very busy because it sounds like there's a bit of a geometric element to the shawl. I don't really know because it's a mystery. So I was on the Mammal and Tosh website and I picked out 2 colors. One was kind of a beigey gray light tone that has maybe a little bit of speckling through it. And then I had picked a like dark dusty plum color. Loved both of them. But then I realized when I looked a little bit on the website that those are made to order colors, and I don't at this point have very much time. So back then I did, but I didn't have the money to purchase the yarn. So I kind of had to hold out, but I did over the weekend order from Eat Sleep Knit, who has a nice selection of Madeline Tosh yarn. I went with the Madeline Tosh Merino Light, which is the single ply fingering weight yarn. And the colors I chose are Grace Notes, which is a light gray with speckles. And the speckles are purple and blue and maybe some bits of green and yellow. And then my solid color is Wino Forever, which is kind of a bright, psychedelic kind of magenta purple color. So I think that will be really fun together. And if you haven't seen anything about the Westknits Mystery Knit Along, I would definitely check it out on Ravelry. The pattern cost me about $8, I want to say, with the conversion rate, because they're out of the Netherlands, right? Is that where they are? Amsterdam. It's called the Go-Go Dynamo, which is a fun name. And I do hope that it's a better turnout than the last year's shawl. That was kind of a shit show. So, and I abandoned that project, sadly, because I didn't really like the redesign when poor Steven had to pivot and create a different starting point. So I'm excited. Let me know in the comments, are you going to participate in the Mystery Knit Along? Have you ever? Do you have any questions about it? Let me know. I'm glad to help in any way that I can. I have participated in several of these. They are so much fun. I love getting a clue every week, not knowing what it's going to turn out to be. And I really love watching Steven's videos, because every day that you get a new clue, which is every Thursday for the month of October, just so you know, he'll put out a video and show you tutorials of how to do the section. So that is so cool. And it's almost like having a teacher right there with you, teaching you new techniques. I love learning new techniques in knitting, and this is just perfect for that purpose. So I recommend you participate if you haven't already. It's fun, and nothing that he has done in the past has been over the top too hard to manage. So, and like I said, the videos really help. It helps you learn these new techniques. And yeah, so that is coming up for October. One thing I don't have written down is the other thing that I signed up for October, which is the fodder challenge. That's more of a mixed media art thing. They teach you how to make fodder, which is basically like paper ephemera, using all kinds of different techniques, painting, it's mixed media type stuff. The fodder challenge has 11 different instructors that are participating and putting out classes. The class is on Teachable, so they're all video. They're done really well. It was $27 to sign up. You don't have to do every class. You can just do the ones that stand out to you, because otherwise the supply list is quite overwhelming because obviously it's 11 different classes. So that's a lot of different supplies. I have quite a bit here, so I'm going to use what I have and pick and choose which ones I want to play around with. But you'll probably, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see the things I'm making for that. I don't know how involved I'll be with that, since I will be very feverishly knitting on the Mystery Knit Along shawl, but we'll see how it goes. The good thing is I will have those classes available to me until the end of November. I think I read that. That's when it will be. That's when they will expire. If you do sign up for Fodder School, you will have access to all those classes in perpetuity. So that's a little bit more of an investment. I recommend it if you like doing these mixed media type of things. So check out Willa Wander's website and you can find out more information there about the classes. The next thing on my list is I'm going to Rhinebeck. I'm going to Rhinebeck. Rhinebeck this year, if you don't know what Rhinebeck is, it's the New York Sheep and Wool Festival in Rhinebeck, New York. And that's in the Hudson Valley. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. I love going because it's the peak of the season at that point and lots of changing leaves, and it's gorgeous. The drive is amazing, even in the pouring rain, which I have done before. This year it's October 19th and 20th. I'm going to go Sunday. Sunday is always a very calm day for shopping for yarn. Saturday is a little bit bananas. I've done it, and you know, if you don't mind crowds of people, you know, go for it. But I've decided to go. I am going to go down on Saturday, however, and I'm going to stay with Sydney in Fishkill, and we are going to go to the show on Sunday. Unless something changes and we want to drop in, I don't know. I could probably be coerced to go on Saturday if somebody wanted to meet me there or whatever. If you see me floating around, please say hi, because it's like one of my favorite things to do. I'm always in the best mood. Do I have a shopping list? No, I don't. I don't have anything in mind that I need to get. I still have yarn from last year that I never even wound up yet. So no, I do not need any yarn. For me, it's a little bit more about spending time with my friend Sid and just looking around and seeing what's new and seeing the things and being around people that enjoy the things that I love as well, which is knitting and fiber arts. So that will be so fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I even bought the tote bag. I had to, because I haven't had a chance to ever buy the tote bag. They put out a tote bag every year. Sometimes they're really, really cool. They have like a zippered top. I've missed out every year. I just didn't get it together to make the purchase before I go, and then you pick it up while you're at the show. This year, though, my friend Leanne, who is part of the podcasting duo Cocktail Hour at the Coop, if you don't know them, you've got to go watch them because they're one of my favorite podcasters. Leanne designed the logo for New York Sheep and Wool this year. She also designed it a few years ago. So she's a super talented graphic designer, and her little design is on this tote bag, and I will put a picture up here so you can see it. It's so cute, and the tote bag's $40, so I couldn't go wrong. So I ordered that, and I'll be picking that up at the show. That'll be fun. I won't be probably putting too much in it, but that's okay. And, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there is to say about Rhinebeck, but that's the plan. That's my plan. Fingers crossed that I do not get any kind of illness or any kind of issue happen between now and then. Because that would just be the shit, wouldn't it? Okay, so moving on. The next thing I want to talk about is... I'll talk about what I'm reading. So currently, I am reading a book. I am not very far into it. I think I am on page 38. But it's Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This is the first Riley Sager book I have ever read. And this is their newest book. Just came out. It's about a young boy who gets abducted. Copyright 2024. He gets abducted, stolen from a tent in the backyard. And his friend doesn't have any recollection of that happening. It's actually very spooky, just so you know. If you're not into scary, don't read this one. I think it's spooky. I don't know. But I'm not that far in, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully I can pick this up because I've got a lot going on here. These hands are going to be busy. So I don't exactly know when I'm going to have time to read this. We'll see what happens. So that is what I'm reading. Something I would like to pick up and work on maybe a little bit in the next couple of days, since I'll have nothing to work on until Thursday. Today is Monday, by the way. Is I dug this project out. Yes, you've seen this before. This is a wool applique that I've been working on for several years. And I just need to finish doing the embroidery to lock the pieces down. So nothing too crazy. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the panel once I finish doing that. I also have this finished one. This could be very fun, maybe framed. Wouldn't that look so cute in maybe a shadow box frame with pins? I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that's that. It could be a cute pocket on a tote. That could be fun. So I pulled those out today along with my embroidery, my DMC. This is a DMC cotton threads that I use. And all my needles are in here and my needle threaders. And oh, here's who did that pattern. The cat pattern was Jerome something or other. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. But I don't think I have anybody that watches that's really into doing wool applique. It's just something I learned to do when I worked at the quilt store. And it's a really fun project. It's really fun to do. My eyesight isn't so great anymore, so working with tiny needles and things like that is kind of challenging, but that's that. So recently I went on vacation. I went with my husband at the end of August to New Hampshire, to Portsmouth. That's our favorite place in the whole world. This year we decided to stay at a place, an Airbnb we rented that was actually like within walking distance to downtown Portsmouth, which was amazing. That was like the best thing we ever did, because then we didn't have to deal with like parking and all that. So we walked downtown quite a bit while we were there. We were there for 3 days. Some of the things we did drive up into Maine, which we were headed to Portland. We didn't make it all the way. Got bored on the drive there. I didn't have anything in mind that I needed to see while I was in Portland. So I was like, And plus we had passed so many great things on the way that I was like, let's go back to that outlet mall in Kittery. So we ended up doing that. We shopped and did some school shopping for Joe. And I did stop at a yarn store also on that trek called the Yarn Cellar. Very nice shop. And the staff was wonderful and very friendly. And they had a little shop dog that was so cute. And he was floating around the store carrying his toy. It was adorable. I had bought a few things while I was there. I'm going to show them to you. So the first thing I bought while I was there is this issue of Pom Pom magazine. This is the guest editor of this issue is Candace English of the Farmer's Daughter's Fibers. That's her right there. She has a great podcast too, if you're interested. So this just spoke to me when I flipped through it. I liked quite a few of the projects in here. They're very fun, beautiful. Love these mittens. So I got that. This is not a new issue, by the way. This is number 46, last autumn, 2023. I also picked up these. I just fell in love. There were several different color options of this. It is so soft. It's an extra fine merino, and it's a chainette. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, it would possibly be good to use. I have some light gray Shibui knits that I have had in stash for 100 years. That could work with this. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna make with these, but I think this color is so fun, and it could be like a really great cowl or maybe some mittens. I do have plans of knitting some Christmas gifts, so I got those. And I also got some sock yarn. I got this Barocco vintage sock. Love this color. It's kind of a coral pink color. Gorgeous, so soft. It's an acrylic wool nylon blend. And I also got this. This is Super Socks by Lang Yarns. Does this have a color on it? No. It looks like it's an Australian, maybe? It's a self-striping, so you can see what that looks like there. They could possibly be used together, and maybe I will make another pair of over easy socks with these. I don't know. I don't know yet. But anyway, that's what I bought. Then, what else did we do? We went to the University of New Hampshire, where my niece is going to college, so we were able to take her out to dinner. That was fun. We took a ride down is it US 1 or US 1A? So we went like down to Hampton Beach, but not all the way. We went to Rye Beach and put our feet in the ocean, which was very nice. It was beautiful. And with everybody gone back to school, there wasn't very many people there at all, which was nice. And we didn't even have to pay to park. It was amazing. It was like really good time to go. If you ever wanted to go there for vacation last week of August, I recommend it. It was very warm and really a lot less busy than normal. So Rye Beach was great. Where else? So we did spend a lot of time in Portsmouth shopping around. There's a lot of little stores and shops and restaurants there. We ate some of the best Thai food I've ever had in my life. It was so delicious. We had some meals not so great. Went to a seafood restaurant that was pretty awful. The service was awful. The food was awful. We had breakfast at a place that was pretty cool called the Friendly Toast. They had this really awesome market in town in this like super cool, very modern building. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen so you can see what it looked like. That was kind of a cafeteria of sorts. You went in and there were all these different areas where you can get food and drinks, and very cool place. And then the other place that was on my list of places I wanted to go and shop was the Portsmouth Fabric Company. I've been there before. It's an amazing store. Loved going in there. And every time I go, I absolutely fall in love with all the staff that work there. They're so nice, and we just chit-chat and chit-chat and chit-chat the whole time I'm there. Joe waited outside, so he was very patient with me as I chit-chatted. But I ended up, I didn't really have like a super huge budget to get a lot. So I just got like a few little things, just a few yards of fabric. I recently made the plover pouch by Noodlehead Patterns. I don't know why I can't remember her first name. Ms. Graham used this fabric, this woven fabric, in her samples. And it's called the Fabulism line, and they had pretty much everything in the line there at the store. So I picked out two. I picked out this one, and I got a yard of it. This is really kind of cool fabric because it's kind of different on each side. Look at this side. Isn't that fun? So it's almost like two fabrics in one. Just saying. So I got a yard of that one, and I also picked this one. Those are my colors for sure. Just those dusty colors. They're my favorite. This one is not different on both sides. It's a very thin fabric though. We'll definitely benefit from using some stabilizer of some sort. And then I also purchased a yard of this because, oh my gosh, look at this. Can you see all the little animals? Owls, koalas, eagles, rhinos, birds, fox. Oh my gosh. This is a Charlie Harper fabric, and this is here's the End Papers Basics for Birch Fabrics. It doesn't have the title of it. So I actually, oh wait, it might. Hold on. Premium organic cotton made with love, not pesticides. Nope, there's no name of it. They had a couple different colors available like this, but it's a canvas. It's a cotton canvas. And I just thought it was so cute. And that's what I bought on my trip. It was a great vacation. I did not want to come home. I wanted to live there forever. So I'm going to wrap this up at 35 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I talked a lot, but I'm home alone most days and I don't have anyone to talk about all my favorite things with. So go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know you watched. Say hello. Tell me what you're working on. And I will see you guys in the next video, which hopefully will be in a few weeks. I'm gonna plan for 2 weeks. I'm gonna even write it on my calendar. And I'll see you then, and I will show you some things that I have been making and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.